evening. Thank you for taking the time to meet with everybody tonight. I watched the video of the meeting that Kim Condrat and Gabe Ash had with St. Michael staff person. There were a lot of concerns raised at that meeting, and I still have not heard adequate answers to the concerns that were raised. I think one of the biggest problems that I have with all of this is that, for example, Mr. Retlin, you have begun the evening by reading from a script, and Mr. Costello has been reading from a script, and many of you have been reading from a script. It's clear to me that you're maybe listening, but you're not hearing what we're trying to say, which is you have chosen to put our children at risk. And I'm sorry, I should have prefaced this by saying that I have 3 children who attend St. Michael's School. We are very embedded in the St. Michael school community, and it is grossly irresponsible to choose to cite a low barrier mitigation site that close to a school with small innocent children. I just cannot understand how you came to that conclusion that that was the right place to put these folks. These folks need services. These folks need help. They don't need another parking lot to sleep in. I'd like to encourage you to spend money that you already have that's going to other non-essential services and non-essential things and redirect it to fix this crisis. Thank you.
Yes, I'm Rain Schaub. I'm the property owner of the or the closest property there on Plum Street with the 76 station, the Les Schwab, Jimmy John's. We also operate the Les Schwab store there. So we're the closest business to this site. We have some serious concerns about this site. But I just wanted to note a couple of the comments in a recent article from September 5th stating from some of the local businesses near the current site saying there was no way we could open a storefront business down there in that neighborhood. People just wouldn't come. This was a quote of a nearby business owner. Another quote was, "It's an ongoing battle down here. We are very, very excited to have them moving out of here." And then the final quote was from Assistant City Manager Keith Staley, who is here, saying, "We understand that a facility like this is going to have impact." So it's quite clear everybody here knows what the negative impacts that are going to occur to these businesses and the school and the parents that we're hearing from as well. What is the city going to do to offset these? How can you give us something in exchange for this? Because this is going to be a huge detriment to our business. Our customers are not going to feel safe and comfortable coming into our business. What will the city do to offset these so that our businesses can survive? We invested a ton of money into the city and into our site several years ago when we moved to this location, and now we feel like that's being jeopardized and our business is at risk. So what will the city do to offset these negative effects? We're already dealing with many of them. Most recently, Sam Costello, our building almost burnt to the ground from a homeless lady that set our trash cans on fire out front there, and we're still reeling from that. We've had our manager held at knife point down there as well by another homeless person. This just can't continue for us to run a successful business down here, and it's quite clear from the other business owners at the site that were near the other site, it wasn't working for them. So I'd want to know what can we do to offset these significant negative impacts?
Well, I am speaking as a parent of 2 children at St. Michael's School. I also feel I come to this discussion with a unique perspective as I am the medical director at Southside Radiology across the street from St. Peter's Hospital, and I'm very much aware of the situation on Ensign Road and its impacts on the neighborhood. And the fact that anybody would consider moving this type of situation within 500 feet of a school is very distressing to me. The fact that my children will now have to deal with the issues I deal with as an adult every day at my place of business is very distressing. And knowing that sexual offenders could potentially be within 800 feet of my children's school is beyond distressing. One thing I would like to point out is that the Ensign Road, at least part of the Ensign Road camp, is being moved to Carpenter and Martin. At least that's the plan. And I sat in on a meeting with the county commissioners last week where the concerned citizens around that move were informed that only the elderly and most at risk were being moved to the Carpenter and Martin Way area, and only good neighbors would be moved to that area. So why are they being treated with that consideration, but our kids are not? At the meeting at St. Michael's, Kim Condrent let us know that there are currently no shelters in the area for women or children. Why can't this site be used for something like that? A low risk shelter for people, women and children. Why does it have to be open to sexual offenders? And I agree with previous questions that have been raised about the state law with sex offenders being within 800 feet of a school. That question has still not been answered or really acknowledged at all.
15 seconds left, Eileen.
Yep, I'm done. Thank you.
That's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day.